Yeah, looks like it's coming out fine. Alright, well, I am going to change the input back and actually play the game. Alright, this is Zach from Theology Gaming, and I'm actually playing a Wii game. A Wii U game, I mean. Because I can actually record these now. Hooray! Alright, yeah, I got it. So it's been a while since I played anything that was not Blizzard related, which is fun. So hopefully this will be a different take on what I usually do, which seems to be recording Blizzard stuff all the time. Alright, so it seems like I'm not getting any audio on my end, and I think it's mostly because the audio can... Yep, there we go. Hopefully you won't get too much doubling of the audio. I'll probably have to turn it down a little bit. Alright. And where am I? Okay, I guess I'm in the beginning of level 1. 2? Yeah, I haven't played this in a while. Last time I played this was earlier this year, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. So, I remember giving a 5-star rating to the first game in the Donkey Kong Country Returns series, etc. made by Rockstar. Not Rockstar? What am I talking about? It's Retro Studios. There we go. Yeah, Zach's doing a great job. Okay, it looks like I'm using the D-pad on this. So it's a very good series of games. The reason why it seems to work... Actually, I think they're better than the... What do you call it? They're better than the Rare versions, and I think a lot of people seem to think that the Rare games are kind of mediocre platformers, which I guess to some degree I'd agree with. But I think these are kind of the refinement of that formula, which was, I mean, pretty decent. It's a pretty generic set. I mean, it has the same exact run controls, and it just has a different set of jump physics than, say, like a Mario game. Okay, I'm not going to get those Ks because I just could care less. But, yeah. These ones seem to take the idea of having, like, a central gimmick in a level to its ultimate conclusion. Like, that's basically how platformers work. You have a basic set of jumping controls, you have a basic set of physics, and then you find ways to make those physics interesting. And find interesting ways for your players to use them. And, I don't know if I can jump on top of his head. See, the interesting thing about this game, I think, is that if you can really speedrun this if you want. I'm just playing slow because I'm talking at the same time. But it's definitely the kind of game where towards the end, a lot of the different stages become these just continuous tests of platforming skill. Like the trial and error kind of thing that old school people like me seem to appreciate. Oh, and, oh wow, there's a lot of health, isn't there? Wait, I don't know what that does. Awesome, whatever the heck that was. Alright, well, anyway. So you hit the thing, yeah, and the barrels return. But these are like the most non-offensive barrels. And then the timing, boop, and wow, I totally missed that one. Yeah, I'm so good at this. Am I supposed to keep moving forward or just collect these bananas? I honestly do not know. I'll just keep moving. So, I just think these games are pretty darn good. I mean, we're only on World 2, so there's not much in the way of huge complications. As long as the beginning levels are interesting and are actually teaching you things, I think it's okay to have a couple sets of early stage levels that are not that difficult. I wish I kind of remembered how that actually worked. I think I have to go up above. Like that. I don't remember. Clearly. Okay. Yeah, and the only thing I probably dislike about these games, because I think the pacing's pretty excellent. It's definitely better than whatever they were doing previously in the rare games. Because the rare games just got kind of oppressive after a while. And they would kind of reuse the same art assets over and over again in different stages, and they were difficult, but they weren't difficult in a way that made sense. Just for an example, off the top of my head, I don't believe I ever finished Donkey Kong Country 2, and the reason was that there's a stage or two with the race with the parrot pet thing. Okay, see, look, he has a horned helmet, so you clearly can't jump into him, and I guess you can't do the other thing either. What the heck? How do we roll in this game? Crap, I don't remember. Clearly, I am doing super well here, and I'm doing worse. Anyway, I remember that there was this race you had with the evil parrot, which is different than the other parrot, I guess. And he did evil things, and you had to race him in a giant briar patch. Those briar patch levels are the worst. Basically, you hit the sides, you took damage. But in this one, you didn't take your time. You had to race the guy, and if you couldn't do it, you would just immediately get a game over. Which is it's a challenging thing. But okay. See, I'm not looking at the stage because I'm trying to remember this stupid example. So if you weren't paying attention, basically you would die. And if he hit the stage at the end before you, which was very likely given that you basically had to memorize this giant route and not die, you would also die. So there were a lot of silly complications to that level that required none of the real skills that you were actually developing throughout the game. Instead, you were piloting a parrot through a briar patch. That's really what I'm saying. And see, this is an interesting gimmick, right? Okay, all the platformers are falling. Fall after a set... Okay. Even the ones in the windmill fall after a set period of time. Also, it's gonna bug me to death if I don't... Okay, the roll is... See, there's a Wii U problem right there. Every single controller has a different control scheme. If I was using a Wiimote, it would shake the controller, but if you're using the Pro Controller, you press R. And, okay, that was dumb. Anyway. I wonder if I can... Do I get something special for doing that? Probably. But, worth a shot. Oh, a puzzle piece for something I don't know what it does. Yeah, it's one of those dumb collectathon things they jam into these games. Okay, so it's... Oop. Yep, yeah, I did it again. I was testing out the roll jump. Oh, well, you can tell I haven't played this in 6 months. Alright, hit the thing. Okay, now... And I'm doing super well. Because you're supposed to do that. Here. Maybe... Oh, and I wasn't paying attention again. That's a delightful game of trial and error, which I'm unfortunately doing terribly at. Alright. And wait. Just try not to die. Oh, look. So, not hard. That's a unique gimmick. Is this the end of the stage? See, the point is they want you to, think on your feet. Which is nice. I mean, technically you could waste a million billion lives trying to finish the stage, but I don't think that's worth it. Although, I have always been kind of weirded out by the barrel thing, because the barrel thing's, completely non-interactive if you think about it that way. Because basically you go in and then a bunch of stuff happens, and then half the time you're just pressing barrels at the right time. Which is, I guess, kind of fun, but it's okay. Alright, one more stage. See, the problem is when I get started in this, I want to just keep going. Plus, you deserve it. You're my test subjects here for figuring out whether the video actually comes out right. Whether I can upload it to YouTube, among other things. Wait, is inventory something? I never get these systems. It's like, I'll just play through the game. The problem with, like, inventory and items in platformers, like, on the map, is that, like, if you run out of lives, they don't matter. Like, you're gonna just replay the level anyway. Nintendo always gives you 5 lives after you run out of all of them, so it's irrelevant. Anyway, talk about the inadequacy of platformer designs. I remember Donkey Kong Country Returns only had Diddy. This one adds 2 more. Didn't really add anything incredibly new to this. I guess Dixie has a helicopter thing instead of a jetpack, which is kind of different. I think we call it nostalgia. Okay, so look. Platformer design. There are spikes. There will probably be more spikes later in the level. Oh, and the... Yep. And Rambi. Rhino. So yeah, the animal stages are okay. There's nothing particularly, like, amazing about them, but they're there. Yeah, look! How many more spikes do you think there'll be? There'll be a lot more. And it's cool, these can sequences are cool looking, but they don't really add anything. Oh, that's so they can show you. Oh, see, so you can speedrun this. Charge into it. Yeah. Yeah, you show those, whatever rabbit things. Yep, and falling platforms. My other things. Yeah. That's pretty good. So it's like an owl volcano or something. Yes, see? Wonder if you, like, stand still, it'll actually, like, fall apart or something. Okay, so, see, look, they were like, here's the dash button. Now use it a ton. Which is not usually what Mario games do. It's a pretty consistently different platforming style. Charge again, and the charge button is not continuous, as you probably noticed. You have to keep pressing the button over and over and over again, because if you didn't, it would be pretty boring, and look at me. You get lives way too fast in this game, though. But I think that's been a problem with, like, all the Donkey Kong Country games. Is that you end up with, like, dozens of extra lives and don't know what to do. Unless you're trapped in a stage sequence, which you could have gotten in the previous games, which is basically you would get trapped after you saved, and then it would be like, game over. And it would, like, really be game over, because I was pretty sure they didn't actually offer you any additional lives after. Oh, you know what? I'm not dashing. That's why I am... Look. That was a little easier than I suspected it would be. No, that went pretty good. And those are like the 2 perfect examples, actually. There's animal stage, there's platforming stage. And, you know, this game just kind of gets more complex. This is more like an iteration sort of deal than it is a true reboot. I mean, like, Donkey Kong Country Returns is really good, and considering it's the first impression, and it was on the Wii, it's, like, very good. This is basically that game in HD, which is, you know, perfectly fine. I'm not opposed to it. But, I think that's gonna be it for today. Maybe I'll record more of this, if in fact people actually